Hi, this is historian Maxine Keoghan. Today what we're going to talk about is something that generates enormous pride, excitement and even tears. And that's the fantastic Waterford Football Club and the glory days of the 1960s and the 1970s. The club was founded and elected to the League of Ireland in 1930. Originally the club was based at the Greyhound Stadium in Kilcone Park and then later moved to the Regional Sports Centre. Waterford won the FAI Cup for the first time in 1937 and in the same year they won the Shield. The club were league runners-up in 38 and 41. They won the Shield again in 1953 and were runners-up in the league in 55 and in 63. The league title was won by Waterford the first time in 1966 under manager Paddy Code, setting a then league record of 13 straight league victories. The 1966 title was the beginning of a hugely successful spell for the club domestically. But in remembering the glory years of the 1960s, we have to remember that the success of the club was built on the back of the boys of the 1950s, which included a number of prominent Waterford football families, such as the Hales, Alfie, Dixie and George, the Fitzgeralds, Jack, Denny and Tommy, the Barrys, Billy and Eddie and the Codes, Paddy and his brother Shamey. The list of trophies for the late 1960s and the early 1970s seems endless. The Shield was won once again in 1969, and to the envy of club teams all over Ireland, Waterford won the league title 3 times in a row in 68, 69 and 70. The title was merely borrowed by Cork Hibernians in 1971, but returned to Waterford in 72 and 73. It was remarkable how many famous names were associated with Waterford during this time. Shea Brennan and the excellent and popular goalkeeper Peter Thomas. The Waterford team of Alfie Hale, Peter Bryan, Peter Thomas, Johnny Matthews, Jimmy McGeough, Vinnie McGuire were an amazing team. Ex-Chelsea Shamrock Rovers and Ireland fullback Paddy Mulligan described Waterford of those times as good all round in that the team had skill in abundance. As Mulligan said, it was pure football and pure class the whole way along the line. Alfie Hale, John O'Neill, Al Casey and Johnny Matthews on the wing were the stars of the show. The club won the FAI Cup for the second time under Tommy Jackson in 1980, beating St Pat's. Waterford's success over the years brought them to Europe, where they played against famous clubs such as Man U and Celtic. Bobby Charlton had a brief spell at the club in 1976, playing 3 times and scoring 1 goal. Now let's take a look at the 1970s and the wonderful Peter Thomas. Notice how he doesn't even let one pass him by the great Georgie Best.
Thomas was known to use his ability with the ball at his feet.
Thomas left on the area, can't pick it up.
And while he wasn't the tallest of goalkeepers, his natural talent was undoubted. He starred against Manchester United in 1968 in their first tie in defence of the European Cup. Peter Thomas went on to win 2 Ireland caps.
Out to George Best. The law, a great play by Thomas.
You know, I'm 5 feet 9.5. Same height Peter Burnett is 5 feet 10. I don't find it a disability. If I can't get it with my hands, nobody can get it.
After a spell in the States, Peter Thomas returned in 1978, and in 1980 he finally got his hands on the FAI Cup when he starred in the final against St Pat's.
Very, very good goalkeeper. English lad, as you know, qualified for us. And I think I capped him a couple of times. So it shows you how good he was. You know, he was an excellent goalkeeper for Waterford. Peter was a top-class goalkeeper.
Waterford's glory days are not simply of the past. The great days will be back again. And although we've had wonderful managers in the past, such as Shea Brennan, Alfie Hale, Johnny Matthews, Jimmy McGeough, Paul Power and Alan Reynolds, hope springs eternal. And with Kevin Sheedy as a new manager, the future looks good for Waterford. Thank you. And thank you, Waterford FC. This is Maxine Keoghan.
For me